All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Draws. This is the Arsenos Andrew speaking, and I am live streaming. Of course, it's Wednesday and 8 p.m. Actually, 8:14, so I'm running a little late, but that's okay. Um, I was in the process of moving stuff around my desk because my desk is always cluttered with crap in order to make room, in order to, do some sketching tonight. And I found on bottom bookcase this book. This is Barry Windsor Smith's opus. I think, is this the first one? Because I know there were at least two. I think this is the first one. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I can bend this light a little bit. Oh, come on. And of course, I knocked the whole thing off. All right, I just destroyed the light. Oh well, it didn't make that much of a difference anyway. But I figured I'd take a quick gander through here and see if I could find any inspiration. Barry Windsor Smith is a master illustrator, not just a comic book illustrator. But for those of you who don't know, he was the artist of the original Conan the comic, Conan the Conan the Barbarian, and does some amazing, beautiful pieces. And I figured I would just flip through this book and see if I could pull some inspiration from it. Oh, that's nice. This is from his Weapon X storyline, if you're not familiar with that. Some gorgeous stuff here. Actually, honestly, I think this is my daughter's book. I know at one point I bought her a copy. I think maybe, oh, that's from Rune. That's awesome. That's a beautiful one. I think I bought her a copy of the book, and this might be my copy. But either way, very nice. Some crazy illustrations here. I just love these beautiful things. Some nice stuff. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. Some really great pen and ink. I like that one a lot. Some very simple pen and ink illustrations, Some nice Conan one. Not sure if that's Conan or not. Let me look and see. Yeah, it's from Conan. It's a great one of Conan horseback. Very nice, very nice. Some work from when he was working on X-Men. He did a couple of issues of X-Men. This one's awesome. This Weapon X one. That's gorgeous. Some great pencil stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, love the landscapes. Very cool, very cool. Some nice color, full color illustrations. Oh, that one's gorgeous. I know I've seen this one before. Same with this one. This is the one that goes with it. It's kind of like day and night. Oh, I remember this. This is a story from Rune, from his origin. That's great. Got the Thing. Some of these old pages. Solar Man of the Atom. Very nice. Did a lot of work with Valiant in the early days. Some really great stuff. Oh, this is an awesome piece. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's like this jewel-studded wall that Conan's climbing up. It's just gorgeous. The colors work so good. The watercolor colors work great. It's a beautiful piece. Honestly, I wish I could do color, but I'm really bad at it. Some great background images. some color pages. I'm not sure what this story is from, but that's nice. I love this. It's very simple, almost like stick figures. That's a gorgeous one. Let's see what else we got here. That's pretty. That's gorgeous as well. Oh wow, that's a pencil piece. Like got some color pencil in there too. These are great. Oh, Avery's here. Let me bring him in real quick. What's up, my friend?
Hey, what's up?
I'm just checking out this Barry Windsor Smith book, Opus.
Oh, cool.
Looking for some inspiration tonight. Got some really nice pieces in here. I wish I could color. I wish I was
It,
proficient at it. I've never been any good at it.
well, you really haven't tried.
Well,
Name the amount of times you've touched color since high school.
since high school, very little, very little.
Okay, see, there we go.
Yeah, but
I
most of the times the pages came out horrible. But I just found this book.
oh yeah,
while
like
was...
I was just instantly good at it. Instant. I mean, I didn't have to like spend years and years and years of like painting and watercoloring and trying to learn digital and painting with oils and painting with acrylics. I didn't do any of that, and color pencils and markers, and I didn't. None of that. None of that happened. Oh wait, I literally did all of that. I spent probably thousands of dollars on paints and markers and color pencils and watercolor pencils. I've gone through them all. Oil paint. I've spent thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and me, I just gave up and said, I'll stick to black and white.
Exactly.
Well, I did expand and do watercolor wash and do gray tone stuff.
Oh,
I've messed with that a lot, and enjoy that.
but
But
basically, I've tried to use. Hey, this makes marks on paper. How can I use it? And I've messed with it. I played with all of it. If it'll make a mark on paper, I'll give it a shot.
yeah, I tend to when I find something I like, I just stick with it. Come materials, techniques. If I like the way it came out, I stick with it. There's a way of drawing hands that I like. There's a way of drawing hands in which it's more or less a square, like this, or like a diamond, and then that's the thumb. These are the fingers. This is the wrist, and then I just kind of expand on that. Just I got comfortable drawing it that way, and that's the way I draw hands.
I try everything I can think of, or steal everything I can steal.
You're a much more experimental artist than I am.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When everybody else was still digging on, Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee, which I have nothing against that kind of stuff. That's cool. I moved on to Dave McKean.
Yes.
I was just like,
we were stuck on the Jim Lees and the Art Adams and the Rob Liefelds, and dude, we know people that are still stuck on Rob Liefeld, which is kind of crazy.
But except for Jim Lee, I got tired of all his copycats. It's like, oh wow, look at that, 300 motherfuckers that want to draw just like this other dude. And it's not that some of them aren't good or didn't become good. A lot of them became good, like really good, and developed their own style.
Yeah, J. Scott Campbell is a good example of that.
Sure, Brett Booth too.
Yep. Oh, Brett Booth has gotten awesome over the years.
Yeah, but and I some of the stuff he does now is I like, but
yeah.
if you look at a lot of the people that draw digitally these days, and they're all using the same program or programs, either they're drawing it on the iPad with Procreate, or they're drawing it in like Clip Studio. There's a massive amount of these guys. While they're good,
Who the heck's trying to call me right now?
they all look. All of this art looks the same.
Hold on just a quick second. Let me see if I can find out. Could be a...
Dirt. I would hang up on a phone call unless it was an emergency and a live stream.
Oh, well. I didn't recognize the number. You never know.
Yeah. But it's the same thing as the Jim Lee era. And before that, Neil Adams,
Oh, yeah. Well,
but a lot of these digital guys, these guys that ink their own stuff, they all draw the same to me. And it's not because they all have the exact same sense of anatomy. They're all using the exact same digital brushes.
Right.
Which means all their pen strokes look the same. All their hatching looks the same. They all use the exact same brush and do the same faded cross hatching in the background. It's all perfectly spaced. It's like every brush stroke you put down for this looks identical.
Yeah.
And there's like 30 of you that do it, like 100 of you actually that do it. And it's like if they were doing the exact same technique traditionally, it would all look different. Even though they were using the same basic technique, it would all look different because everybody's hand and pen stroke and brush strokes would look different.
Right.
Even using the exact same hatching technique.
Well, I invited Todd, but I know he's not going to make it because he's live streaming right now.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
He tried to steal my my Wednesday spot.
Sure.
I'm not going to let him do it.
I'm sure he planned that.
Well, he stole the name of one of my sections, right?
No.
He calls one of his live streams the Peep Show.
Oh.
But he's actually Peep and not Peeps like I do.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hey, Richard. How's it going? He says, good evening, gentlemen. Hope all is well with you all.
Yeah.
So far, pretty good. Oh, I got to tell you a story. Do you remember how I told you about that collection that the one guy, I offered him and he said no and turned me down?
Uh-huh.
And that he had a whole bunch of like Lady Death and stuff like from the 90s and so forth?
Uh-huh.
Well, the guy ended up renting a unit at the flea market and put all the boxes out, and he was charging $2 for $1 on all the books.
Uh-huh.
So I actually went in and picked up about 100 books for $50 and got a whole bunch of really good stuff, including a whole bunch of that Lady Death and stuff that I actually think I made out. And he was really happy because he was selling the comics. But at the end of the day, there's going to be a whole crap load of those that will never sell. And, but I was able to get a whole bunch of really good stuff, including, hey, check this out. Look what I got. Do you remember these?
Oh, ash cans?
Yeah. Got a couple different ones. This is Pit number 3.
Dude, that's going to hang on to that one because when Dale Keown relaunches Pit, you can get some good money for that on eBay. Oh, dude, you can sell those $20 each or more.
Well, right now they guide for about 5 to 7.
Yeah, but with the
CG
crowd, once he relaunches Pit,
yep,
hang on to those.
Yep, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I was rather excited. I was able to get some of the stuff that I thought could do well.
Uh-huh.
But I got to cherry pick the stuff that I wanted.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, I know.
He should have just sold you the whole thing for what you offered.
Yeah, that's all right.
It just would have made his life easier.
I will end up making more money by buying a smaller stack of comics at a lower price than had I bought all those books that would never sell.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Plus, it's going to take him longer to get rid of that stuff. If you're just wanting to get rid of stuff,
yeah.
you get rid of it. If I wanted to sell my collection, there's a good chunk of it I would piece out one at a time on eBay because it'd be worth it.
Yeah. But then you get down to the stuff nobody's going to ever buy, and then what do you do with that?
You just let it go. It's like
Yeah.
somebody goes, "I'll give you $40 a box
Yep.
for long boxes full." All right.
Well, it's actually kind of funny. The guy that I bought the 5 long boxes from actually contacted me and says, "Hey, I've got another long box worth that I'd like to bring in Saturday for trade-in value." And I'm like, absolutely. And it doesn't really matter what it is, but because $40-$50 in trade, in my end, the cost is like $10-$15.
Yeah.
So I can turn a long box into, I can bundle them up and actually do some really cool crap with them, do like bundle sets and so forth. So I'm like,
Sure.
absolutely, bring it in. Even if it's a bunch of junk stuff, even if a lot of it is stuff that nobody's looking for, I could make it work. That's one of the advantages of having a store is I can make things work. I'm willing to put in for the long haul, where like the guy trying to get rid of all those boxes, he wants as much cash as quickly as possible. The fact that he rented a unit in order to try to sell them means he thinks he can make more in the long run, and maybe he will. Maybe he will,
Sure.
compared to what I offered him. But at the end of the day, he's still going to have a whole crap load of that stuff left behind.
Yep.
And
If you
maybe
want
then
to get,
I'll offer him an adjusted amount and see what he does with it.
and if you want to get rid of stuff, you
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to kind of do there's an image of Conan climbing up a wall of like decorated things. I was trying to. The idea
Conan.
was to, yeah, Conan. There was my idea was to draw Crom in front of like something like that, and I'm not nailing it. I'm getting it really wrong. It was kind of more like flowers. It kind of went in all different directions. Maybe I'll pull the image back up and look at it closer again. But Richard says, "Hang on to those ash cans." Yeah, you never know.
Oh yeah.
There was another ash can I picked up as well, but I don't remember even this one ever coming out. I thought it was Savage Dragon, but it's not. It's Highbrow,
Uh-huh.
which is his company,
Uh-huh.
but it was like previews of a bunch of different things.
Uh-huh. I
Mm,
never had it.
nope,
I
me
don't know.
neither.
I don't know where it came out.
But it's got black and white images of
Super Patriot.
Dave Johnson's Super Patriot. Yeah,
That book was good.
it was. It was.
I mean, he's a commie Satanist and all that stuff, but
Jason Pearson
Blood and
pages
Guts.
from Blood and Guts. Yeah.
That was a good looking book too.
Oh, it was. It was.
Savage Dragon used to be a entertaining, fun comic book. It wasn't like, the most intellectual thing you'd ever read in your life, but it was consistently fun for several years. And then I don't know, dude lost his mind.
Well, he's one of those creators who said, "I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't care about what anybody else thinks," and he did. And I respect him for that. Now, the fact is, he did go a little crazy in some of the things he did, but he
He
did
didn't.
what he wanted to do.
He went bonkers, dude.
He did. He did. You remember buying some of those issues going, "What the hell?"
Remember that one issue I bought just to check it out after a
Yes.
long time? And it was like the chick's vagina bit the guy's dick off, and
Yep.
I'm just like, what? And it wasn't even about Savage Dragon. It was about his kid. And
Yep. Richard says, "Hey Andrew, my offer is still up for my book, but you need to come to Virginia to pick them up." Oh, okay. Savage Dragon turned into crap.
yeah,
He went beyond crazy. Beyond. Yes. Yep. I think that had a lot to do with social media that drove him crazy. Because if you think about it, when Image first launched, there was no social media, you know,
but
and
like Savage Dragon was just like a normal superhero book.
Yes, but there was a lot of crazy stuff that happened in it, and it was
Yeah,
all because he wanted to do crazy stuff.
yeah, and
You
that was
know?
fine. It wasn't like dicks getting chopped off and snowballs.
Yep, yep. But he decided I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and nobody can say otherwise. And more power to him. But that's what he did. So there's something to going crazy, you know.
He stopped caring if the book was entertaining or sold well. It's I don't know why you wouldn't want to make entertainment
Well,
your number and selling well your first priority. It's not it, it just doesn't make any sense even creatively.
yeah. Well,
Well, the kind of stories that entertain me, it's like, well, you're fucked up, dude.
well, honestly, I think you can easily say he never sold out, you know. But then again,
He never did go back to Marvel or DC, did he?
yes, he did. He went back to Marvel.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. He did some work on Nova and the Defenders at
Oh,
one
then he
point. I'm
did.
not sure if he went back to DC though. I'll have to double check, but I know he did some work for Marvel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think what he did. I think a lot of what he did was writing. I don't think he did a lot of art. I know there's the first issue of Nova where he did the cover, but it was like Ed Benez or somebody like that did the interior stuff. So he wrote it.
Mm.
But and that was and that series, even though it didn't last very long, was fun. You know, because he's very much a guy who likes the over the top monsters and superhero action, and
Mhm.
that's what Nova should be. To be honest with you, you know, that's what it should be.
Outer
And
space.
outer space. Well, he was. I think in the issues it was very street level, earth level fighting, so
Huh.
forth. But it was a lot of monster fighting stuff. So I mean, it was a lot of fun. But it was like right after it was some of the times right after like New Warriors age,
Mm.
which I like Richard Rider from New Warriors. That was my Nova, even though there was others versions. Like right now, the version that's out there right now is the Kid. Yeah. Oh yeah, A Man Called Nova. That was the name of that was the series name. Oh, Richard says you should call the character you're working on Cracker Nuts. Cracking Nuts.
Crack your nuts.
Cracking Nuts. Yeah. Well, no, his name is Crom. Thank you very much.
Crack your
But
nuts.
oh, you remember how last time we were here, I was working on that one image of Crom, and I actually finished the layout for that page.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks
Finish
good.
finish it.
This is yeah. Well, it's gonna have a swamp and all that good stuff in the background, but I meant to put it on the light table while I was at the store this weekend, and I just got too damn busy. I don't have a light table currently in my office right now. I mean, I
Mhm.
could build one or bring one in, but
Mhm.
the light table I have two of them, and they're both at the store.
Mm.
So it's kind of like I
Both
do
your
a lot.
light tables at the store?
Yeah, I have one that's built into the table, and then I
Mhm.
have one that's a portable one that I kind of left in the store. So yeah, I know. It kind of defeats the whole purpose of having it if you don't have it with you, you know.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, there's a way you could get past the light table version.
do it digitally.
Yeah, scan them all and have a printer that you can print it out. What you can like scan everything in, combine it, arrange it, morph it, then print it out blue line.
Well, that's what I do. I print it out on the not blue line, but I print it out on four separate sheets of paper because I my printer is only 8.5 by 11, and then I take it and put it on my drawing table and the light table, and I draw it full size. So,
Well, the way I did, you wouldn't have to use a light table.
yeah, I know. But I use the light table just to get for example, I'll show you.
I know how light tables are used.
Yeah, I know, but the people watching might not. So, what I do is I take a drawing. This is a splash page that I worked on, and what I did is I don't think I printed this out. I think I just light tabled it. But I got the idea. There's multiple layers, and of course you have Crom, you have the tentacle, and then you have the background monster. And then what I do is I put it on the light table, and I just pencil the outline just enough to where I can see where everything is, and then I go directly into inking this.
Uh-huh.
So this is the step that I skipped and didn't do yet for the other page. But this one's ready to start inking. I've got everything's laid out where I want it to be. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing it. But that's the next step. Crom, yeah. So, yep. I do have to finish laying out the rest of that story, though. But for the time being, I just draw Crom. He's fun. So you told me that there was some Comicsgate project out there with a Conan type tiger or something.
Yep.
You know the name of it?
Nope.
Oh. Well, how can I look it up if I don't know the name of it?
I don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, I did back our friend, our Canadian friends project.
Okay.
Considering I think it's going in demand, but the last day was like earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
It might even have been yesterday, but I did back it. Thank you very much. You only reminded me like 3 times, so.
If anybody's watching, the Lost Pages 2 is still in demand. Please go back it.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's still in demand.
All right, very good, very good.
He said it's called Tiger. Is it, Richard?
Tiggr, really?
I'm not sure. It's just I saw this barbarian character that was a tiger dude. And I was just like, oh.
Richard said, I used to use a light table for architectural drawings. Really helped with scale. When I worked for my old company, in our old building, I worked the third shift, which was the overnight shift. And there was one day that I kind of went exploring on one of the floors that I'd never been to. And turns out they had like an advertising department up there. And they had these huge light tables. And I was like, oh, I was in heaven. I went up there and turned on the Winnie the Pooh's Tigger is what he said. I don't think it's the same thing. And I used the industrial size light tables. I thought that was awesome. But the company is no longer in that building, so I don't know if they continue doing that or not. But it was very cool. I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to be up there, but I was anyway. So that was back in the day when I was actually doing those submission pages for Marvel and DC. That's how long ago this was. And I abandoned that crap pretty quickly. So, decided I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do my own characters and my own stories, and rejection will do that to you, you know? I don't want to draw Batman. They didn't like my sketch that I did. Yeah, I know. Very petty, I know. So what are you working on tonight? Anything good?
Working on a piece for somebody. I told him about work on for a while.
Okay. Is it a Comicsgate project or something else?
He identifies Comicsgate, but he's a writer. He's
okay.
Novel writer.
Okay. I know what you're working on then. I mean, I don't know what you're working on, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh.
I'm just going slow on it, taking my time.
Good, good.
Make it worth the wait. He's waited a long time for this, so I'm gonna make it worth it.
Okay. Now, are you doing full illustration or is it digital or what?
It's right now. I'm inking it. It's gonna
Oh,
be
okay.
colored.
Richard says you can find places that sell used light tables like the kind that they're talking about. Yeah, well, I know they're out there. Actually,
Mhm.
we built our own from time to time. I mean, I had a couple of different light tables that I built myself. They aren't the greatest, but they worked. But I've always thought about getting a professional one.
I used to use an X-ray box, like from the from the X-ray things, they wall mounted. I
Yep.
would just set it on my desk.
My wife had one. I'm not sure where it is. It's one of these newfangled ones. Um, that's a you could plug it into a USB port to charge it. I
Mhm.
mean, it's that easy. But she used it for. She had those dot art pieces,
Mhm.
and it was easier to see it by putting it on the light table and doing the dots on it.
Mhm.
And I've used it before, but it's not very bright. You put two pieces of paper on top of it, and it starts to not be able to work as well as you'd want it to. But
Once I had access to a large format printer,
mm,
it was over using that shit. I was just like, wait, this using a light table's dumb now.
yeah, I brought from storage my 11 by 17 scanner printer. The printer portion hasn't worked in years, but the scanner still works. So I use it just as a scanner. But I needed it because if I'm working on larger pieces, like with this Crom story, I need to be able to scan this stuff in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I have a large format scanner printer.
Yeah, but you actually use it as a printer too.
Yeah, it's great. Working, it saves so much time.
Yeah, yeah,
Doing the layouts that way is just radically faster.
yeah.
I can do in a couple hours what would take me all day sometimes.
All right. All right, I'm done drawing Crom for the evening. What do you think? Look like a guy? A
Looks
guy
like
in
a
that?
guy.
Yeah, looks like a guy. Richard says, easy to make your own table using LEDs and the cheap power supply. Cheap too. Yep, yep. What's so funny is I used to use plexiglass. Plexiglass is expensive. You can actually get a sheet of glass and create a light table using just thick glass cheaper than using plexiglass. So that's like the one at the store is a piece of glass that is framed within some hardy board, and then the one that's built into my table, I believe that was plexiglass, and I just built that into the table. So yeah, well, tips out there for kids, for people that want to draw. If you want to use a light table, it could be very very useful, but you can build your own.
Mhm.
So, but the light source that I have underneath both mine are like real cheap lights. They're like kitchen lights, kitchen strip lights. So they don't produce a lot of light. So you really have to move it around and focus it. It's not like the whole table lights up. But if I could get a nice, good light table, something like what you used to have, the 3D with the X-ray thing,
Mhm.
that'd be awesome. I'll have to keep an eye out. You never know. You might be able to find something like that. That kind of stuff you can get at maybe get at flea markets or Salvation Army or stuff like that.
Yeah, I forgot how. Oh, somebody gave it to us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Someone
Oh,
gave.
that's like my drafting table, my drawing table that I have at the store. Somebody gave it to me, and it was the greatest thing anybody ever gave to me in my life because I thought it was awesome. I've moved that thing so many damn times. I loved it. I loved it.
The drawing table now, I think it was found at some storage auction or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the old one I've had since I was a teenager was messed up.
Yeah, the one I got, it's not that old, but it was well, it was at my it was I worked with a lady at my old job, and her husband worked for a company that did drafting, and they just had this old table in their garage. They weren't doing anything with it, and she knew I like to draw, so she offered it to me. She says, "All you got to do is come out and get it." And I went out and got it, and I was like, "This is the greatest thing in the world," you know. Something I've loved for all my life. I totally screwed up this axe.
Weaponized Nerd Rage has got a good tweet. Oh, I just can't read it because it's highly political.
Oh, okay. Well,
But it's good. Oh,
well, Richard, thank you so much for joining. We're going to go ahead and wrap up, and so that Avery can tell me about this tweet.
I don't even know if you'll understand it.
Oh, probably. Well, does it have anything to do with guns?
In a way.
Okay. But Richard, thanks so much for coming in. I hope everything goes good with you. I hope you have a fantastic evening, and join us Friday night when we do our next live stream on the Comics channel. And be good. Bye, guys.
Bye, Richard.